Today we're looking at a pretty expensive pen from Benchmade. This is the BM1100-14. All right, it is an older pen design, but what makes this one special is that it is in Damasteel, specifically blue tongue pattern Damasteel. All right, Damasteel is a form of Damascus. So here's a close-up shot so you can see the actual pattern of this Damasteel, which is really beautiful. This is actually part of a bar stock. All right, so it's a round bar as opposed to a flat piece. All right, and obviously as you cut it, you get all different types of shapes, but you do get a specific pattern. If I focus in on this tip, you can see more of the round parts, right, almost like a bullseye type pattern. Now here's the tip of the pen as well as the cap, which gives you a much better shot of that actual pattern, all right, as the angles change. But I mean, it really is beautiful. All right, here's the other ends. So you can see that, and then maybe the very top of the cap as well can give you that pattern right here you can see. And then a real close-up shot with the jeweler's loop here. All right, you guys can really see what's going on. The different layers. This is the tip of the pen. All right, I keep my hand steady enough. But yeah, pretty interesting. Now the difference between Damasteel and Damascus is traditional Damascus, as you know, is layered steel. So you take like a carbon steel and a stainless steel, the carbon steel obviously being darker, the stainless is lighter, so you have those two different colors or shades of gray. And then you would layer it and heat it up and fold it over and heat it up and fold it over, and that's how you get all those different layers and different patterns and stuff. That's the traditional way to making Damascus, but now they're using a powdered metallurgy. It's a whole different process, which you can look up. I'm not going to begin to even explain it. So, you know, the material itself is very fascinating. It's basically just the higher end version of their regular 1100 series. So this particular pen sells for about $300, whereas you can get the exact same pen in titanium for about $240. And then they have just the regular aluminum ones in different colors. In fact, I have a video from years ago. I had a regular aluminum version of this pen. All right, and those sell right now anywhere from like $125 to $140. All right, so it is a more affordable pen. Not a lot of people are paying $100 for a pen, but obviously this one is just kind of the upgraded version with that Damasteel material. So the length of the pen is 5.3 inches. All right, so pretty standard size as far as how long it is. However, it is heavy at 3.2 ounces. Now you're getting into the knife range. 3 to 4 ounces is a pretty common weight for a knife. It is definitely top heavy, not so bad without the cap, but the cap does snap on to the Kubotan part of the pen here. All right, from quiet you can hear that. Very firm snap. There is an O-ring on the inside of the cap here. But once you do this, then it's very noticeably like all over the place. You have to have a pretty firm grip with it. It's not uncomfortable or anything, but if you're writing extensively, obviously it wouldn't be the pen for you. Also, this would make an awesome like EDC pen. A lot of people are very concerned about weight. Some people don't really care. But at this weight, it's probably better suited for, a desktop pen if you have a nice office or something. If you're a businessman, it's a totally different thing than, if you're just an average Joe. This is probably not going to be the choice for you to carry in your pocket every day, being that it is kind of heavier. Does snap on very firmly, as well as when it's closed, you can hear that snap. Now, the only thing I don't like about this pen, you can see it two different ways, is that the pen cap will just freely rotate. All right, it has kind of a fidget factor. When I'm holding the pen, I kind of end up doing this and flipping around the cap here, but I prefer that to just be stationary. I don't like the fact that it just kind of rotates. It does have a pocket clip on there with the Benchmade logo. Very simple clip. I only carried this once or twice. Didn't fall out of the pocket or anything. But again, noticeably heavy when carrying it. Overall, it's a good looking pen. Like I said, the whole series looks the same. Obviously, the bonus of the Damasteel is pretty cool. But as far as actually using it, there's some cutouts here down where you're going to obviously put your finger, so it does stabilize it. Again, because of the extra weight, you don't want it rotating or moving around. As far as the insert, they do have a Fisher Space Pen insert, which is specifically made for Benchmade's pens. All right, so it is actually branded Benchmade, but it's made by Fisher. All right, what you see there, Fisher Space Pen, Benchmade Knife Co. All right, so you can see its construction is really simple. All right, just basically have your insert, your spring, and then your 3 parts, which are solid Damasteel. Very easy to take apart. Of course, if you want to do any kind of cleaning, you just put your insert back into the body. All right, pop your spring on there, and then screw on the tip. And just make sure you don't cross thread the screws. then you're back in business. I can tell you that with using this, because this is my desk pen, and using this extensively, once in a blue moon, this does back off a little bit. Okay, those threads where you go to use it, and you can feel that this piece is just a little bit loose. It's not all the way cranked down. I suppose that if you wanted to add a thin O-ring in here, you could probably do that, and that would solve that problem. It wouldn't back out at all. I'm not that concerned with that kind of an issue. It doesn't happen often. It just, I did notice it happened once or twice when using this pen. Yeah, I mean, overall, it's a pretty cool pen, but obviously not everyone's going to be buying $300 pens. To give you a perspective, because a lot of times when it comes to knives, people will say, you know, this material isn't worth that price and so forth. In this exact case, the material is worth it. If you were to want to buy just a rod of Damasteel, all right, the blue tongue pattern specifically, there's a bunch of different patterns, obviously. If you hop on eBay right now, you can get a 1-inch by 12-inch rod, and that's going to cost you $600. And then, of course, you're going to have to get a lathe and machine a pen yourself. So obviously, that's not cost effective. Even the rings, if you want to get, you know, a Damasteel ring, you know, 10mm ring, about $360 on Amazon. All right, you can get them on Etsy anywhere from $300 to $400 for just a simple ring, a finished ring, obviously, for a man. So to give you perspective on actual material and cost, it's expensive. Now, obviously, Benchmade's a large company. They're not buying one, you know, 12-inch rod at a time for $600. They're obviously getting a better price on it. But just to let you know, it's not like it's costing them $15 to make the pen. It is very expensive material. But yeah, I mean, mostly for collectors, I would say it's a cool item. I got into like kind of a pen phase for a while. I'm kind of on the tail end of that. I'm not actively looking for different pens now. I did get a handful of them. I got a couple I really like. This is one of them. So, you know, it's just kind of sticking around in the collection to use. Eventually, I'll trade it off or sell it or something. I did trade for this, all right? Didn't have $300 to just buy a pen. But that's why trading is so much fun, because it allows me to do things like check out $300 pens. Overall, I really do like the pen. Like I said, you don't have to spend $300 if you just like the design. The titanium one's $240 if you're into the tie thing, or if you just want to go the cheap route, or cheaper route, I should say, because $120 is certainly not cheap, but you can get the aluminum version. The difference is there's lots of titanium pens out there, lots of aluminum pens, not as many Damasteel. All right, and that's what made this special to me, because I've always loved Damascus, and this is just a cooler, newer version of it. So anyway, let me know if you guys are into pens down below in the comment section. If you are, what do you EDC? But like I said before, this is my stay-at-home pen. My preferred EDC pen is still a Fisher Bullet. An awesome pen for the money. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow with a brand new video. Take care.